You want to know something hilarious? I just did this whole monologue and didn't hit record. Anyway, I wanted to touch base with you guys just a little bit on the video that I posted about the permitting and coding. If you see me wandering, my eyes wandering, it's because I'm actually trying to keep an eye on my dogs, and I have to continuously scan the horizon for coyotes and other walking people out here. But one thing I wanted to add about that permitting and coding that I didn't is that we actually have an address on our property, and not everybody wants an address. Listening to see if those are coyotes in the distance, because my white dog here will leave. She hates those coyotes. But we wanted an address because we're going to build, and deliveries will want an address. I don't know if it matters if you're not on maps. Your address is still not on maps, and I don't know if it is, because frankly my husband and I forgot the address. It's on paperwork, I'm sure, easy to get. But anyway, how did we get our address? Well, we put in a permit for a fence. We did a whole site plan and told them how tall our fence was going to be and how much lineage or feet or something. It goes around in this rectangle, and we submitted that. The funny thing about that is that we submitted this. God, I hate working with the government. And you probably heard that on my codes and permit video also. But we submitted that, I think, around the 18th or 19th of August. The site plan for the fence. It cost us, I think, $75. And we didn't, and they said it should take about 4, maybe 6 weeks to get the permit for it. So we waited 4 weeks, I think maybe 5, just to not be so pushy about the timeline. And sure enough, we go in there 4 or 5 weeks later and check on the status of our permit to find out that it's done. And we're like, oh, lucky day for us, showing up here on the due date, more or less. Hey, let's not just stare in the distance. Come on. You see how they sniff the air? They're like, is that a coyote out there? Should we go check? Is there a dead animal? Should we go check so we can eat it? They're so gross sometimes. So anyway, we go in, find out our permit is done. My husband checks the paperwork and sees that it was stamped on August 22nd. We turned it in on like August 18th or 19th, and they stamped it on the 22nd, but didn't tell us ever. No email, your permit's done, nothing. So babysit your county. Don't just do something and know that it's getting taken care of and they'll get back to you when it's done, because I don't think, maybe it's my county. I mean, I do live in New Mexico. It's the land of mañana, meaning I'll do it tomorrow, and it's awful. So we have to babysit our county, and hopefully your county officials are on top of it a lot better. So that's all I have to add currently to the permitting and codes. Putting in a fence permit got us our physical address. So anyway, if you're not interested in talking about podcasts, I will see you on the next video. And if you want to help me with my podcasts, and it's just to watch them, so I'm looking for recommendations, stay tuned. I had to actually make a run for it. in between those transitions from codes to permit, because there's somebody out here driving their car out here. And sometimes I run into him with his dog. He drives his car through, and his dog chases the car. And I guess that's how he exercises his dogs out here, or his dog. And then when he gets back to the cattle guard, he puts the dog. This is such a weird day. Like, there's a car all the way out there. This is such a weird day. So anyway, he puts the dog back in the car, and he leaves. He goes back home into the neighborhood. Whatever. I'm a fan of exercising your dogs. I mean, it's better than just being cooped up in a house 24/7. At the same time, I'm not saying if you can't exercise your dogs a lot or often, don't go and get rid of them and say they should have a better owner. You're the best owner they have. You're the only owner they know, and they know no other life but the life that you provide. So the life that other people provide doesn't have to be your dog's life. Keep your dog. Don't surrender it. You're a good dog parent. So anyway, podcasts. I spent the holiday break when a lot of the live podcasters were on holiday break. And is it too windy? Probably is. I bought some mics and I couldn't get them to work. But anyway, so I returned them back to Amazon. I ordered another pair, but it could just be my janky old iPhone. It's an iPhone 14. It's so old. So anyway, we're going to try it out. Anyway, during the holiday break, excuse me, my gosh, was listening to different podcasts, and I stumbled upon the Apple original podcasts. I listened to Adrift, which I thought was phenomenal, and I listened to Unicorn Girl, which I thought was it's okay. Not really my cup of tea, but it did keep me company, and it kept me interested while I was out here walking my dogs. And I listened to it live. I don't put headphones in or anything like that, because noise is a good way for me not to sneak up on any wildlife and scare it, and also scare me in the process. So I try to be as loud as possible out here, so the wildlife hears me coming and it says, I gotta get out of here. Anyway, so I watched the show Pluribus? I don't know what it's called. Very good show. So I don't want to watch that podcast, but I'm interested in podcasts similar to Adrift and similar to, well, maybe not similar to Unicorn Girl. I think similar to Adrift. I loved the storytelling on that. I loved the different narrators for the male voice, the female voice, even the kids I think might have had a different narrator. And I just loved the way it was done. So if anybody knows any similar podcast to that one, Adrift, man, send them my way. Comment below. I gotta know. It's hard when you find something that you are kind of like in love with, and then that relationship like ends after 4 days because you abused it and consumed too much too fast, and then it's gone. So there you are, Ellie. Anyway, that's it. That's my suggestion, or my podcast commentary for today. And hopefully there's at least 2 people out there who want to give their opinions. Also, I want to thank my 13 subscribers. I'm really proud of them. I don't know. It's kind of neat to know that 13 people might want to tune in on a semi-regular basis to know what the heck is going on in our little life since our kids have grown up, gotten married, and are living their own life. Is that a coyote? Anyway, thank you. Thank you for showing up. And you know what? I'll see you on the next video.